Now, the decision by Tanzania to reserve small businesses for its citizens has created a storm within the East African community, with stakeholders arguing that the move threatens to discourage free trade within the community. Going by previous events, Tanzania has displayed a dual approach by championing for initiatives and doing the exact opposite in what could possibly jeopardize the progress made towards a unified region. Winfrey Owino reports.
A directive issued by Tanzania's Minister for Industry and Trade, Selemani Jafo, on July 28th has rattled the East African community. The directive prohibits non-citizens, including citizens of EAC, from engaging in at least 15 sectors of small and medium-scale businesses, with some quarters attributing the move as a way of wooing its citizens ahead of the polls later this year. Experts say the policy contradicts the EAC Common Market Protocol, which provides for free movement of goods, labor and services within the bloc, and has fueled concerns and triggered outrage in neighboring countries whose entrepreneurs in Tanzania now face closures, job losses, and a chilling effect on investment and cross-border activities.
We have now Mama Suluhu, who does not understand that we have an East African passport. We are moving towards harmonization of people heading to Tanzania freely.
Because it is a political decision, but the conversation is begin at EALA, where Kenyan MPs, Ugandan MPs, the Rwandan MPs, anybody who feels aggrieved by Tanzania's behavior, they should now make it a point of discussion at the EALA. And then, of course, then that will now be communicated to the respective governments. And then escalate it to the summit. We need the East African presidents, heads of state. During their summits, this needs to be an agenda item for them.
But this is not the first time Tanzania is making policies that frustrate Kenyan trade and economic activities in the name of protecting local industries. In 2022, Tanzanian government banned the issuance of permits for importing day-old chicks, aiming to support local hatcheries. That was after Tanzanian authorities destroyed 6,400 chicks imported from Kenya at the Namanga border, citing smuggling and disease prevention. The issue was later resolved through a dialogue. There has also been a standoff between Kenyan and Tanzanian tour-vans stemming from a long-standing bilateral dispute over cross-border tourism operations, particularly access to airports, national parks and tourist sites.
And a country with which we have signed all manner of protocols of cooperation, including no passport. I travel on an Eastern African passport myself, and for the last five or so years.
But so there've been those complaints that partner states, countries like Kenya, hold their end of the bargain when it comes to fulfilling these obligations under the treaty, including the free movement. But that has not been the case when Kenyans are moving specifically to Tanzania.
Tanzania continues to project a rhetorical commitment to EAC integration and has hosted several EAC meetings this year. It also maintains an active role in regional infrastructure projects like the East African crude oil pipeline and supports legislative and diplomatic initiatives designed to enhance EAC's integration. Winfrey Owino, KTN.
And still on matters regional integration, Kenya and Uganda